commercials on TV that advertise how cold the beer is. It's not our decision. You see a commercial for Budweiser. You want a cold beer? I'm like, yeah, I put it in the fridge. That's not your decision, asshole. That's me. Or maybe I'll put it outside in maybe in a Nebraska summer. Because this weather sucks. I have meteorology friends who tell me, it's high pressure, low pressure that makes it cold. And I'm like, you're full of shit. It has nothing to do with weather. The weather wizard is making a trap for the Flash. Or maybe now that is Mr. Freeze, still sad about his dead wife. That's right, guys, comic books. I'm wearing video game t-shirts, so I want to leave a message. That message being, I have never touched a boob. The furthest I have ever gotten with a girl, true story, 4th grade, back into a math class. We have our calculators, 5318008. My friend's like, what are you doing? I'm like, look, it says boobies. I've never gone further than that. It sucks. This past week was spring break. Me and my friends went to Chicago, and then on the drive back, we took turns driving, and got pulled over for reckless driving, which I think is the stupidest thing to get pulled over for. Because 1, I wasn't reckless, I was drunk. And 2, reckless driving because of English language is ridiculous. Hear me out. If somebody is homeless, they have no home. If somebody is fearless, they have no fear. So if your driving is reckless, you have no wrecks. That's how you're supposed to drive. And I realize in driving school we're taught how to drive recklessly. Your driving instructor goes, all right guys, hands on the wheel, 10 o'clock, 2 o'clock. And I go, that's bullshit. I need my hands on the wheel no matter what time I'm driving. 10 o'clock, 2 o'clock, who's reckless now? Driving back, you have to stay entertained, so we decided to start playing Truth or Dare in the car. Which sucks, because there's not a lot you can do dare in the car. It basically turned into truth or hit yourself in the nuts with whatever I can reach. You guys remember Dare from elementary school? You should do this. No, I dare you to. No, I double dog dare you to. Shit. Here I go. We can't still do that as adults if you're like, I double dog you. You're like, you're a fucking child. Grow up. No, what we have is something in Boston that we say, what are you, a queer? Which you might realize is English for, what are you, a queer? See, I'm from Boston, so I have a bit of the accent, but I don't use a lot because I'm wicked smart. I moved out, I started talking normal English. Every time I go back, I come back, and I'm in Nebraska, I park the car. I go to Boston, nope, I'm parking the car in the hog yard after dark. Sucks. Here, I go get beers at bars. Up in Boston, you only get a beer at the fucking bar? It's ridiculous. You guys, I was watching TV, and I love watching movies on TV. But I realized they do some really crappy editing when they need to edit out the curse words. And you guys see Scarface, Al Pacino comes to America, they're like, where do you get those scars? And he's like, you don't get scars like this, you damn pussy. On TV, on Stars, he goes, you don't get scars like this, you get pineapple. Which makes no sense. Of course you don't. Maybe that's how the Joker got his scars. I'm gonna eat them. You know how I got these scars? I ate a full pineapple once. Sucked. That's not only, we mentioned Big Lebowski, great movie. You guys remember the scene? He's busting up the car, and he goes, you see, Larry? This is what happens when you fuck a stranger in the ass. On TV, he doesn't say that. No, he goes, you see, Larry? This is what happens when you find a stranger in the Alps. This is what happens when you feed a stoner scrambled eggs. Which makes no sense. I had never fed a stoner scrambled eggs, and he goes and busts up a car. I've never picked up someone in the Alps, he's gone and busted up a car. I think by far the best one. I love the movie Casino. De Niro and Pesci, you guys have seen it maybe? There's a scene where they're in the desert, and Pesci says the line, listen up, you goddamn Jew motherfucker. He's like, alright, that's a normal Pesci line. On TV, he doesn't say that. He goes, listen up, you goddamn Jew money lover. Which I think is more offensive. He's not getting rid of Jew. He was like, you're a Jew money lover. Somehow they made Pesci more offensive. Speaking of Jews, Jesus, we have any Catholics here? Alright, there we go. We have any non-Catholics here? Yeah! salvation against cheer, and that's cool, But, as a Catholics we know, yesterday was Palm Sunday. Did anybody when they were a kid take the palms and fold them into a cross? So you see, someone knows what I'm talking about. I realized that, 40-day sacrifice, that's pretty hard. Listening to the homily with an unfolded cross palm is the hardest thing to ever do. I mean, I love the whole Lenten sacrifice, because after this, I have never done New Year's resolutions anymore. I'm like, I'm going to give that up. I can do something for 40 days. Now, this Lent I gave up drinking, so this time next week, I'm going to be drinking. It's going to be awesome. And look, I'm down here drinking Dr. Pepper, Jack and Coke, all the way. Maybe I'll get one of those super girls. Looked wicked good. Speaking of Jesus, there's something in the Bible tells you Jesus was a carpenter. They never say if he was a good carpenter. What if Jesus was a shitty carpenter? And what if someone's like, all right, we need a table. Let's get that Jesus fellow to make it. So he makes a table, put it in, all the legs different sizes. We're like, oh, Jesus Christ. Like, yeah, he made the table. But, shit. You know who I feel bad for in the Bible? The centurions after the crucifixion. Because they're up there, they're so sure that he's a bad guy. They're so sure that he's full of shit. And then, he dies on the cross, and they find out that guy might have been Jesus. How awkward is that? Home after that, The centurion's wife was like, when are we going to get around to fixing the table? He's like, I'm busy doing things. Like, oh, what? Crucifying the Son of Man, crucifying the Son of God? He's like, no, I'd hire a carpenter, but maybe you'd nail him to a cross. Not gonna happen. That's my little thing. I'm really nervous to tell this one because it's gonna be edited so it says the wrong thing. But you know who's awesome? Don't get mad at me for this. The KKK.
What?
It's because their names are awesome. The head of the clan is called a Grand Wizard.
Jesus Christ.
And his attendants are called genies. The level below him, you have a Grand Dragon attended by Hydras. At this point, I'm not sure I'm reading a Dungeons & Dragons book or a history book. I mean, how awesome would that be? You read history books and like, a lot of black people attacked by the clan. How awesome if he was right. Very few black people survived attacks by wizards and dragons. How awesome is that? And I would love to be the black guy that goes, I was out last night. I got attacked by a dragon and 3 hydras. But I made it. Now we try to make it a little bit less racist for the last one. I love going to those authentic historical restaurants because they're never authentically historical. I know I'm a history major. I know what happened in history. You're never going to go to a restaurant and go, welcome to the Old West Saloon. Would you like some dirty water and dysentery? No. So I want to make one. You walk in, it looks like the diner from Back to the Future. You have a soda bar right there, you have arcade machines, you have a guy in a leather jacket against the jukebox. Hey. And it's going to be awesome though. Family's going to walk in and they're going to be like, where do folks like to sit? And the wife's going to be like, we'd like to, and the guy's going to be, wait, ma'am, you don't get a vote. And you guys remember restaurants you split up into the smoking and non-smoking sections? I'm going to have 2 sections, the whites only section and outside. This next guy comes up, he's one of my really good friends. He's the guy that needs no introduction.